check, check. Okay, everything seems to be good. Alright. Hi there, mates. Silver Player here today. Today we are playing Henchman Story. Now you might be wondering, wait, why am I playing Henchman Story? Don't I have a session tonight? Well, not tonight. I actually asked the DM earlier today if we had a session or not. He said no, because he was working tomorrow. Some quick things to say before we get started. First of all, happy Thanksgiving to everyone that celebrates it. So I just want to say a quick thanks to everyone, and hopefully we have another good year, and hopefully my channel actually gets noticed for once. But besides that, actually, is there anyone even following that channel? Let me check real quick. Okay, so I'm not the only one. Dang, some of these people are doing like 3 to 5 hours. Jesus. Only 14? Really? Yeesh. Okay, so it's a bit rough, but I can handle it. Not the first time. Anyways, let us begin and stop stalling. This one I'm gonna make 2 hours long. So I need to set a timer. I forgot again. Alright, timer set. Alright.
I just told you. These are my playthings now. If you can't play nice, then I'll have to take them away. You never pay attention, do you? Not even the slightest bit. Don't you ever tire of it? The ignorance?
Shut up!
I can't believe I'm saying this, but we're going to romance the scorpion. It's a good thing I'm not actually scared of scorpions. Well, except for the small ones, which are poisonous, but that's besides the point.
Temper, temper, child.
Stop calling me that!
But you are. Listen to yourself. If you're not careful, you'll have another tantrum. And then who will have to clean up your mess this time?
Oh, it won't be you. Don't worry. Nah, you're gonna be the mess. What's left of you, anyway.
Promises, promises. Always promises with you. Never once delivered.
Remind me not to come to blows with either one of these two. Well, actually, I tried to go to blows with Miss Dynamo, but that's beside the point.
Come on, they're closing the doors!
You could have helped.
What? Tell them to wait!
I can't. The pilot isn't in my squad, so I don't have the authorization. Sorry, buddy. Remember to lift your knees.
God damn it.
Do, do, do.
Wow,
Do, do, do.
nice hustle! I don't think I've ever seen you move that fast, Dan. I'll have to find some tasks that take advantage of that speed when we get back. Awesome job out there.
Screw. I mean, fine. Whatever. Thanks, I guess.
No problem, buddy. Always happy to help.
But still, I think I've said this more than once, but I love the music in this game. Do, do, do. Do, 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 do. Ugh. Maybe I'm starting to come down with something. Seriously. That or I need better habits. Probably the latter. Well, I'm hoping whatever he's got, it's worth it. We shall give the 3-hour tour. Not really, but still. Boo! The rookie. Should I actually try to play out this path and just finish it up? No, last time I did that, the video went on for basically 3 hours. And I was almost towards the end. Not one of my best videos, but yeah, it was like 3 hours and a half. Jesus. But I think I'm gonna have to start doing like longer videos, or at least figure out how to do auto scroll on this. Let's see if that worked. Nope.
Oh, God damn it. No, I don't want to get up.
Well, could be worse. Could be if you feel like you've been hit by a freaking train strapped to a rocket. Ow, 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 ow.
Morning, buddy!
Morning, Dave.
Morning, Dave. How are you holding up? You took one hell of a punch.
Just some heavy bruising. The doc was worried about internal bleeding, but I guess I got lucky.
We have doctors? Well, I guess it would make sense.
How about you? You were out way longer than I was.
I'm fine, just exhausted mostly. Still can't believe I got tranked like I was an escaped zoo animal or something. That's my Shining Nova story. Can you believe it? Oh yeah, the hero that took down Dr. Calamity's Ultra Death Bot? They shot me with an elephant tranquilizer. Yeah, it was fine. I just drooled a little. But nothing's bruised, and I don't have a concussion, so I guess I can't complain. Kind of a nice change of pace from being punched or blasted into unconsciousness again when I think about it.
Well, I'm just glad to hear you're okay. We lost a lot of the squad, so I need everyone who's left to be working at peak efficiency.
How many did we end up leaving behind? Feels like at least half.
Sadly, about 60% of our valued teammates gave up their freedom for our cause.
And how did you know they were arrested? Some could have gotten away.
Oh no, everyone got rounded up. It was on the front page of the Cape and Cowl website.
Cape and Cowl, huh? They actually covered us? That doesn't happen a lot.
To be fair, if superheroes did exist, I would not be surprised if there wasn't like a news blog or a news station called Cape and Cowl. Tonight on Cape and Cowl. Also could be like a name for like a romance sitcom or whatever, one of those soap operas. Could also be like one of those that involve like superheroes and stuff. That could be interesting. Be a different change of pace.
Yep, it was quite the day. I bet Lord Bedlam is thrilled, and I'm sure the next phase of his master plan is right around the corner.
Even with all those losses? How?
Why, with some old-fashioned hard work and gumption, of course. If veteran workers like you double your task list, I'm sure we'll be able to stay right on schedule.
For what?
On schedule for what? We don't even know what the next step in his master plan is. You know, assuming he even has one.
Exactly! That's why we have to be prepared for every possible plan he prepares. That's what I mean by peak efficiency, Stan. But don't you worry about that. You just leave all the planning to me. All you have to focus on is all the new work you have to do.
Thanks. Really appreciate your sacrifice.
Sure thing, buddy! That's what being a squad supervisor is all about.
If you say so. Anyway, I gotta try to scrub this ass kicking off me. I'll see you at assembly, man.
Good morning, my loyal compatriots! Well, most of my loyal compatriots. Some of them. An amount. You'll notice that we have a few new faces here. After the success of yesterday's operation, Madam Scorpion and her organization have agreed to help compensate for our sudden personnel shortage. But I'll let her explain the details for herself. So let's all give a warm Lord Bedlam welcome to Madam Scorpion and all our new comrades for joining us in our unending Ferris Wheel of Triumph! Madam, take it away.
Thank you. Today, your organization is making an important step forward. Today, you join a select group of the most elite supervillain organizations at the cutting edge of our industry. Normally, a day like yesterday would have been devastating for a small team like yours. How could you hope to replace so much manpower so quickly? In the past, it would be impossible. But today, you can. Because today, the Scorpion Group is proud to welcome you to the closed beta of our newest project, Henchman, the world's first gig-based henchman contracting platform. Before you are the results, a contingent of micro-earners ready to participate in our shared villainous economy. They have the freedom to choose when to hench and who to hench for, and today, they've chosen to hench with you. You see, with Henchman, an organization like yours can operate as a small, family-like unit for day-to-day operations, but temporarily bolster its ranks through our platform at any time. You can have it all. And let's be honest, that's why we're all in this business, isn't it? So thank you for the welcome. And in turn, I welcome you to the future. The future of your organization. The future of supervillainy. The future of the world itself. And you will be taking an active role in that future. Thanks to the data you retrieved yesterday, we at the Scorpion Group are nearly ready to take Henchman to the next level, and we'll be working with you to do so. So, in the coming weeks, I will be staying on site to help manage your operations. As part of that, you will receive new equipment, your facilities will be inspected, and your individual performances will be reviewed. I look forward to getting to know each and every one of you.
Yeah. If Alex Kimbella, why do I keep referring to my D&D characters in a video game? I don't know, I guess I'm just bored out of my mind. Not to say I don't dislike this game, far from it, I actually love it. I even bought it on my Xbox.
Thank you, Madam Scorpion. Now, while all our recruits are fully henchman certified, this is their first day here, so that means that for today, you'll all be in charge of their orientation. They may only be with us for a few weeks or months, but while they're here, they are our brothers and sisters in arms. So that means they need to know the ins and outs of working for Team Bedlam. Anyway, we should have the same number of new recruits as veterans. So once we're done, I'd like everyone who was here yesterday to pair off with someone wearing a name tag. Once you have your newbie, give them the tour, show them your weekly routine, and just teach them the ropes. Remember, the security cameras work again, so we'll know if you decide to sneak off to watch web flicks.
You're so funny, Lord Bedlam!
Anyway, dismissed. And remember, the nefarious tribunal that controls our society must be exterminated! Remain ever vigilant against its subliminal advertising and unfunny meme generation algorithms. Sorry, almost forgot. Carry on.
Hi there, I'm Dave. Nice to meet you, Jared. Gosh, you're just going to love being a part of the Lord Bedlam family. We're all like a bunch of second cousins here. Now, bring it in. I'm a hugger, not a shaker. Come on. Wait, where are you going?
Hi, nice to meet you. I'm Kate.
And why does your name tag say Beatrice?
Oh shit, it does?
No, it definitely says Kate.
Oh! Oh, you were making a joke about?
How I already know your name. Because it says on your name tag.
Right. I guess it's a little silly to tell you that, huh?
Nah, you're just being polite. I'm Stan, by the way. Guess that makes me kinda rude.
Wow, a Stan. I'm not sure I've ever met one.
You mean ever met one under 60?
No. I mean,
Hey, I admit it. It's an old man name. The only benefit is that if you're ever cool enough, you get to be Stan the Man.
so are you cool enough?
Well, I'm wearing this goofy purple uniform, so no, definitely not.
Okay, Stan, who isn't the man. Up for giving me the tour?
Sure thing. I hope you like stone walls and fluorescent lighting, because you're gonna be seeing them all day.
Research wing.
Let's get the exciting part out of the way. I'll show you the research wing. Come on.
Right behind you.
Do do do. Ooh.
Why did we stop?
Because this is it. Behold, the crown jewel of Lord Bedlam's fortress, the research wing.
Are you sure? It doesn't really seem like a jewel or a crown.
Well, Lord Bedlam did put up majestic golden emblems of his face around the entire base, so it's kind of like a crown, don't you think?
Oh no, that's definitely tungsten, not gold. It has a similar density, so it can be hard to tell, but I've seen a lot of fakes. Those aren't even gold plated. I think you just painted over them.
Tungsten, gold, unobtainium, what's the difference? It's all metal, so close enough. They're still regal and majestic, right?
There are 94 different basic types of metal on the periodic table, so I wouldn't say close enough, no. But you're clearly more of a poet than a scientist.
Well, I did take a poetry elective in college. Slept through most of it, but at least some of it got through. So I guess I'd agree. But hey, that's why I work outside the doors and not behind them.
I see. So you work as a guard here?
On Tuesdays. We rotate around daily, so on other days I guard other places or do grunt work.
So, are you going to open one of these?
Open what?
The doors. I mean, how else are you going to show me the rooms?
The rooms? Oh no, I can't do that.
Is this because I made fun of the hallway?
No, seriously, I actually can't do that.
Oh, come on. I promise I won't tell on you. Just a little bitty peek.
You don't understand. I literally can't go through any of these doors. I just guard them.
Oh. Wait, seriously? You guard doors that you can't enter.
Yeah, that's standard henchman procedure. We don't get to know the big plans or anything. Cogs in the machine and all that. It's actually a security thing, too. You know, in case some guy in a cape dangles us over the edge of a building and gets us to talk. Or if they disguise themselves as a henchman and trick us into opening the door.
No way! People actually try that?
People don't just try it, it worked. It was like one of the go-to moves in the 80s. That's why the rules got made. Do the other villains on the Henchcan app not follow the secret lair patrol regulations?
Well, I actually didn't do much patrol, so...
Seriously? I mean, if you got some specialized skills, you can get a lot less. But never? You've got to be the luckiest henchman alive.
Yeah, guess. So, is that your job here? You guard this hallway?
Nah, just Tuesdays, thankfully. As much as I love my door, I don't think I could watch it 24/7. Come on, I'll introduce you. Kate, meet door 1385. Inanimate object extraordinaire in my ward every Tuesday from 9 to 5.
Nice to meet it. And you have no idea what's in this room.
Nope, and you won't either. This bad boy requires level 4 security clearance to get through, one of only a dozen in the whole base. It's very important. You should be impressed.
I'd be more impressed if I knew what was behind it.
No idea, but it's a big deal. So probably Lord Bedlam's snow globe collection. Or a super weapon. It's a toss-up.
I see. So, what was that about college earlier? Did you graduate?
Yep, Richardson State. Go fighting whatever we were called.
I take it you weren't the captain of the football team.
Are you doubting my athleticism? I'll have you know that I have the agility of at least, like, 2 whole panthers.
You need 3 or 4 to make it better?
No doubt here. You just seem more like a gymnastics captain.
Oh, hello, that's new.
Actually, soccer was my sport in high school. I was a pretty serviceable midfielder, believe it or not. Didn't score a lot of goals, but I could facilitate well enough.
Why didn't you play in college?
You know, it's just so much running.
Alright, smart guy. What were you doing in college then?
Majoring in history. So basically, I joined a very expensive nonfiction book club.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with books. I actually really like reading, though I'm usually into fiction and literature myself. For a while, I was buying so many that I feel like I had to get a new bookcase every few months.
Wow, you have a place with your own furniture? I guess I figured this henchcan thing would mean you were drifting from lair to lair.
Oh, no, I meant my old place. Back in college, I majored in mechanical engineering, but I read a lot. I even tried to write a little on my own.
Really? You wrote stories?
Oh, yes,
Oh,
but...
crap. Oh well,
Shit.
that's already in one of my videos, so...
Uh-oh, someone's a little embarrassed about their Professor Anomaly fanfiction.
First of all, there's nothing wrong with fanfic. Can we talk about something else?
fanfiction, huh? Let me guess.
Suddenly, a green telephone booth appears before her in a flash of lightning, and a handsome, scarf-wearing British man steps out of it. He places a hand on her shoulder and says, "You're the real professor now, Kate."
First of all, only the fifth Professor Anomaly ever wears a scarf, and other people can become the professor. He just has lots of forms, okay? Also, I'd never put a self-insert character into. Damn it.
Oh my god, I was just joking, but now? This is too good. Which Professor Anomaly was your favorite? Clearly not the fifth. Maybe the eighth? No, you strike me as an 11th Professor gal.
Look, I was young. I just wanted to write, so... And I told you I never put myself in the story.
But then who would make out with Professor Anomaly in Chapter 7? Kate, you're not thinking this through.
Okay, I wrote Professor Anomaly fanfiction when I was 15. I admit it, but I did not put myself in the story, and it was not smut.
Hey, it's cool. I believe you. Trust me, I play spells and swords, and that's basically fanfiction, except you're making up the story with your friends. And sometimes the story changes because Jason rolls a 2 and dies to a rat, or Gavin's mom decides SNS is the work of Satan and he has to quit. So when it comes to embarrassing hobbies, we're pretty much equals.
I guess so. Thanks. Sort of. You don't sound too embarrassed, though. Or is talking about SNS your go-to move with all the girls?
Oh no, I've pretty much accepted my lot in life as a social outcast. I mean, I work as a henchman for a supervillain. My place at the bottom of the totem pole is secure.
Hey, you never know. Things can change. It's a crazy world. But it's still good that you're comfortable with yourself. Though, I gotta say, you're not a great salesman. You're not gonna tell this eager new recruit how wonderful this job is?
Nope.
Nah, that would just set you up for crushing disappointment. I'll make fun of your fan fiction, but that's too cruel.
Alright, we should probably get on with the tour. Cafeteria.
Why don't we hit the cafeteria next?
Sure. I'm actually kind of hungry.
It sounds like it would easily be in like a nice, like a decent diner.
So, this is our cafeteria. Now, it's not the prettiest room we have, but you'd be surprised to hear that no one has died from food poisoning in at least, like, 5 months?
Thanks. I'm totally reassured now, or at least too hungry to care.
Well, you know what they say, hunger is the best antibiotic.
Spice. Hunger is the best spice.
Maybe where you come from, but not around here. Mostly because our actual antibiotics are those weird off-brand things that might just be sugar pills. So leave the local lingo to me, alright, Rook? I'm your senior after all.
Fine. You have your lingo, and I'll take your dessert.
Oof, okay, fine. Feel free to partake in our rich henchman culture. Just leave my dessert out of it. It's too pure and innocent for your twisted schemes.
Huh. I'm so preoccupied with our conversation and the fate of my dessert, I forget what awaits in front of the line. At least until a certain... Oh wait, I think I've read this one.
Well, well, if it ain't the man with the magic food tasting eyeballs.
If not, oh well. You guys could read. I hope. Ah, crap.
Yep, that's me. But don't tell anyone. If the other guys found out I had a superpower, it'd ruin the whole social hierarchy. I'd just be so popular and beloved. I wouldn't be able to take it.
Oh, don't worry, your secret is safe with me. In fact, it would be a huge help if you'd lend me your services. looks good, doesn't it? See, I was hoping you could do me the honor of a little taste test.
Of that? Yeah, sure. It'd be my pleasure.
Without thinking. Yeah, I've read that.
You taste with your eyes, remember? Well, how's it taste? Good, right?
Great. But if I could just cut off a little piece?
Oh, no, that ruined the sanctity of the test. Can't have that now, can we?
Yeah. I had steak today too, so
But thanks for the help, eyeballs. And since you don't taste with your mouth, I whipped up an extra special treat just for you. Just a little protein powder with gravy. I call it shithead stew. I think it's just perfect for you, don't you?
Yeah. Just perfect.
What exactly is that?
Food hell, that's what it is. I had the audacity to say that some of his food looked like the same thing with a different name, and, well, here we are.
You have my sympathies. You can also have some of my food if you want.
have a pancake. We have pancakes? Okay, so I'm wondering what would happen if you done them in order. I might do that next time around when I'm doing like the triple cross playthrough or whatever.
I appreciate it, but I don't want to bring this curse down on anyone else. Chef Antonio has a good memory when it comes to faces.
I see. Guess I'll have to remember to not get in line with you after this, huh?
Probably for the best.
So, I'm curious. How did you end up here?
I was listening to Chill Beats to Wallowing Student Loan Debt 2 on YouTube, and one of his recruitment ads popped up. So I applied. Simple as that.
Seriously, Wait, are you for real? You put an ad online? On freaking YouTube?
Yep, it was a lot less annoying than the ads I'd usually get, if you can believe it. At least it wasn't an influencer filming themselves in vertical video mode.
That is... wow. I always wondered how the C-list guys recruited so many bodies, but I'd never have thought they'd be so... direct.
Ouch, C-list? Okay, big shot, how did you get recruited?
Definitely not like that. But seriously, I meant, why did you end up here?
I don't know, I just kinda did. Does it matter why?
I'm just trying to figure you out. You're just doing this to make a living, but there are lots of ways to do that. Why this, specifically?
Hey, I never said that.
Well, you implied it. I mean, you're clearly not the conductor of the Lord Bedlam hype train.
Fair enough, I guess. You're not gonna rat me out as a non-believer, are you?
Well, I can't do that. You could tell everyone about my fanfiction. That's a risk I can't take. I just want to know, that's all. Why become a henchman?
I like the idea that we don't say not everyone has a calling.
Honestly, it's like I said, I just did.
I just want to know. Well, I can't do that. I just want to know, that's all. Why become a henchman?
Honestly, it's... I don't know, it just suits me. Being a henchman is a team thing. You're one of 20 or 50 or 200 guys working together, and I like that. You become a face in the crowd. No one pays you too much attention, there's no pressure to be special or whatever.
So you're saying that you just like blending in?
Kind of, yeah. That and I've known a lot of overachievers. People with ambition. They never seem to be happy.
That can't be universally true.
Probably not. That's just my experience. But whatever drive those people have, I don't have it. Even if I had their talent, it just doesn't seem worth it.
Oh, come on. I know you've got to have some talent. That's really all it takes. Just a little talent and a lot of hard work.
A lot of sacrifice, you mean?
Don't you get your ass sacrificed to the god of violent beatdowns on a regular basis?
Well, sure, but that's temporary. I'm talking about the stuff that ice packs and painkillers can't solve. Look, the point is, being exceptional is an exceptional pain in the ass, and I don't want to deal with it. I'm okay being average. If you want to last as a henchman, you need that kind of attitude. The nail that sticks up.
Gets hammered down.
And probably lectured for hours about the secret global conspiracy that we're supposedly battling against. Trust me, Kate, you don't want that.
How long have we been standing here? Okay, yeah, I think I'm supposed to do them top to bottom. I'll do that next time.
All that's left to show is the game room.
All right. I expect a thrilling conclusion.
I'd promise that you won't be disappointed, but I'm an honest man. Come on, it's this way.
So this is the game room, huh?
Yep, our pride and joy. There's a couple of game consoles hooked up to that TV over in that corner, a snack machine over there, and the crown jewel in the middle, the big damn table.
So, I take it from all the dice around here that you guys use it for SNS? I guess Gavin's mom didn't scare you off of it with all the Satan talk.
Honestly, that only made me think it was cooler. As a general rule, if Gavin's mom thought it was satanic, then it was usually awesome. But yeah, me and some of the guys from my squad have sessions in here every other week. I don't play myself, though. Oh no, I'm a much bigger nerd than that. I actually run the thing. Admit it, you're impressed.
Oh yeah, I'm dazzled. Starstruck even. So, is that why you brought me here last? You're planning to soften me up, then wow me with your tales of SNS so that I join your next campaign?
You found me out. The guys just really need a good tank, and we can't find anyone. Everyone wants to be a rogue or a warlock or something, but no one wants to be the big, beefy muscle.
And that's what you think of when you look at me. Big, beefy muscle? Not that you're wrong. I mean, not to brag, but I've got some real guns under all this purple.
I believe you. If you work at it all, then that puts you in at least the top 3% of all the henchmen here. Yep, you'd be perfect for a warrior or paladin. As long as it's a gnome.
Hey, I'm not that short!
Oh, wait, this is new dialogue. She lightly punches me in the shoulder, and I admitted I flinched, even though I laughed it off. Damn, I think she was only half joking about the guns, and I can tell she wasn't even punching that hard.
For your information, my height is technically within one standard deviation of the mean. So according to math, it's basically average. And math is never wrong.
Sometimes it can be deceptive, though.
User error. If you don't screw up the calculations, math always tells the truth. You just have to interpret it correctly.
Well, if you're so good at math, then you should definitely play SNS. You'd figure it out in no time.
Will you promise not to make any more stupid jokes about my extremely average height?
Promise, promise. I swear on math itself.
None, I'll consider it, but no promises. Gnome, get out of here with that nonsense. So anyway, I was...
Nope. You've had all day to ask questions. It's my turn now.
What? Since when did this tour come with a rulebook?
Since I made it up, basically.
Alright, one question, but I have the right to pass on anything that I don't want to answer. Got it?
Hey, that's fair. You have the right to be lame if you want to. I'll judge you for it, but you can totally do it.
Judge all you want, but you just get the one. Better make it count.
What's Madam Scorpion like?
So what's up with this Madam Scorpion lady? She seems legit.
Oh, Madam Scorpion.
Out of my house shoes because my feet are cold.
Then why haven't I heard of her before? Until today, I didn't know she or this whole Scorpion group thing existed.
Well, yeah, that's the point. Think of it like this. The best crimes have no proof that they actually happened, right? So the best criminals are the ones that stay hidden. Madam Scorpion is one of those. And this is just a rumor, but supposedly she was the apex predator of the assassin world for a while. That's how she got the money to start the Scorpion group. But just like her old career, she keeps it totally under the radar. It's like a black market mega corporation for supervillains. That's all just a rumor, though. I only know about it because I got recruited for the app.
Well, still, that's more legit than I was thinking.
Oh wait. Holy shit! The top assassin in the world? Man, I better hope I ace that performance review. Is she some kind of super business Mongol too? Never thought someone like that existed. First Shiny Nova shows up to interrupt this. Now apparently one of the most dangerous supervillains in the world is teaming up with Lord Bedlam. Jeez! Now it's really bugging me. What was so important about that data we stole? By chance, I glance at the clock, and we still got time before we have to meet up back in the home. Well, we should probably swing by a few of the lesser important locations before then. Ugh. At World... Oh wait, I think I've read that. Yeah.
Alright, because I am just so benevolent, I am going to count that as an answer.
I'm in awe of your mercy.
I get that a lot. Now come along, my henchman squire. We've still got a few places to see.
Easy with the squire thing, Sir Stanley.
Yeah, think I should reel it back.
Reel it way back.
Alright, consider it real. And so our whirlwind tour comes to an end. What do you think? Impressive?
I'm more impressed that you didn't get lost. This place is like a maze.
Not like a maze. It is a maze. Literally. If a superhero ever gave enough of a shit to come after us, they'd spend so long figuring out where to go that we could just leave them in the dust.
That's actually pretty smart. Nice move, Lord Bedlam.
Kind of. He technically didn't design the place. We got it in a liquidation sale a few years back. I think it was built by some Cold War era Soviet group. Not a big market for that these days.
In Washington, Soviet. I don't have a good Russian joke here.
I think Madame Scorpion has an app for supervillain liquidation sales too.
Probably.
Probably. I bet that's booming business. If a big name gets locked up, they must leave a lot of assets behind. I know that the lawyers are all over that. They love both sides of this hero-villain thing.
Think so? Or is this from personal experience?
Experience, I guess. I got in some trouble a while back. That's why I got scouted for Henchman. It targets people with legal issues or debt, or at least that's what I think. Can't really say for sure how it works. I'm just a recruit after all. So, I guess I'll see you around?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Hey, do you know your lunch period yet?
I think so. Let me check. Second shift.
Crazy. That's mine too. Want to eat together? I promise I won't get you involved in my holy war with the chef.
Good. You seem like a decent guy, Stan, but I don't think I'm ready to starve for you.
Can't blame you for that. And hey, maybe by the time lunch is over, you'll know if you can stand my company long enough to join that SNS session? And if you want. Invitation's still open, is all I'm saying.
Still thinking about it, but sure. I'll let you know by then. Sound good?
Sure. Sounds good.
Great. So, guess I'll see you then.
Welcome back, my loyal compatriots, and compatriots who aren't yet as loyal, but will be soon. I trust your glorious orientation went smoothly, and that our new recruits can now aid us in our even more glorious quest for still greater amounts of glory. But if you have any questions, feel free to contact Samantha in HR. A new workplace can take time to get used to. We're very understanding of that here. But when you do get used to it, I know that you all shall become invincible soldiers in our infinitely wonderful marathon of splendor.
Huh? Yeah, just a second.
Morning, Stan! Gosh, it sure took you a while to get up.
Took a while. Dave, we don't have assembly for like 1,000 years.
why are you even here?
Actually, Stan, that's the thing. You don't have assembly today. Here, this was at your door.
Henchman number 065. In light of our administrative changes and our integration of the Henchcan program, you are scheduled to receive an in-depth review of your recent performance today. Arrive in room 243B no later than 8:30 a.m. Failure to comply will have dire consequences. Yikes. It seems a little over the top.
Over the top for Lord Bedlam, anyways. But it certainly fits Kate's description of Madam's frickin' Scorpion!
Wait, if this was just posted here this morning, how did you know to come wake me up?
Oh, I didn't. Mine's not until tomorrow. But I figured there was a slight chance you might have an early review, so I just wanted to make sure you were ready anyway. Better safe than sorry, right?
That's unintentionally helpful.
Well, if mine had been tomorrow too, I'd probably be filled with a righteous, sleep-deprived fury right now, but since it's this morning, thanks for being so fortuitously helpful.
I think I've already said that one, haven't I? Shit.
Sure thing. I am pretty fortuitous, huh? I should write that down. That'd be great to bring up in my own review tomorrow. Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, glad I could help. Look, I'll see you later, okay? I need to clear my head before my review.
Oh, right. Of course. Gotta put your best foot forward and all that. I'll leave you to it.
Is there a negative modifier? I'm assuming so.
Okay, Stan, you got this. No sass, no backtalk, just get it over with.
Henchman number 065. You're 3 minutes early. How unusually punctual of you.
Unusual? No, I'm Mr. Punctual. That's me. I just love being on time.
Not according to our records. Or your late departure from the scene of Wednesday's operation.
Oh, right. That thing. Thanks for the save, by the way. I wasn't looking forward to another beating from Miss Dynamo. I have a feeling she was gonna break something this time.
Think nothing of it. That child is like a barking dog. Loud, but stupid. Dealing with her was no trouble at all. So, if you'd like to thank me, be on time from now on. Will you?
Sure thing. Wait, by from now on, do you mean at other meetings with you? Because I sort of thought this was going to be a one-time thing. I mean, why would you want to meet with me? I'm just...
Have a seat, Stanley.
Yes, ma'am.
Don't fret. This isn't about your punctuality. In fact, you're quite average in that regard. The henchmen here tend to be late in general. But you know that, don't you, Stanley? After all, you've been here for years, haven't you?
Yeah, that's right. I'm what you might call a seasoned veteran. An experienced, loyal henchmaner. Or henchmanee. Henchmanist?
So you are. And how many promotions have you earned in your long and illustrious career?
Technically, about, zero-ish?
Not ish, just 0. You have had 0 promotions.
Well, I mean, I've received some pretty good compliments every now and then. That's kind of the same thing, right?
No. No, it is not. Oh, Stanley, don't be so nervous. You're not in trouble. That's why we're having this meeting in my office.
And where would we be having it if I were in trouble?
Somewhere where I could be more persuasive.
Oh, well, that sounds less fun. I think.
Certainly for you, Stanley. But then again, I have a feeling that you have quite the pain threshold.
A turtle screaming.
What makes you say that?
Deductive reasoning. You've been a henchman in the Bedlam organization for over 5 years with no promotions, no arrests, and minimal injury leave. Barring promotion, the average henchman career is 8 months. Why do you think you've lasted so much longer?
I work smarter, not harder.
You know, life's not a sprint, it's a marathon. And that means you've got to pace yourself.
I have no use for vague metaphors, Stanley. Be specific.
Okay, what I mean is, the thing about being a henchman is, we're not really supposed to beat the superheroes, right?
It happens every now and then.
Yeah, but not often. And when it does, usually we've got some crazy advantage. You can kind of see it coming. A lot of guys don't get that, though. They're always trying to win. Me, I know my role. I know what I'm up against. So maybe sometimes when I'm lying on the ground, seeing stars, and I know that getting back up isn't going to do any good, I just stay down.
Some might call that laziness. Even weakness.
By some, do you mean you?
That depends on your reasoning.
I'd call it knowing my limits. I do what I can, and that's all I can do.
Interesting. That's more astute than you realize.
It is?
Only a fool fights a battle they cannot win. Yet that's what people are told to do. As if grinding yourself to dust trying to do the impossible is some noble and sacred pursuit. Some call it fighting spirit, others might call it grit. Whatever the name, though, it's a fantasy. Turning a defeat into a total loss for honor's sake is the height of folly.
Yeah, that's what I was going for. Just less eloquently.
I bet her monologues are off the charts. Do assassins monologue? I mean, normal assassins wouldn't. But super villains sorta have to. What do she do? Sneak up to someone, put a knife to their throat, and tell them how dreams are for losers? Seems awkward, but maybe that's why she became a business executive instead. Hell, it's probably a good. Probably made for good practice.
Whether you were going for it or stumbled into it face first doesn't matter. You've grasped the concept.
I guess. Stumbling just doesn't sound as cool.
I just realized something. She still has a long ass neck. Because well, I guess it's just the dark lines here, so she probably doesn't have that much of a long neck because her shoulders are right about here. But you can't really tell.
That's true. Keeping up appearances is important too, but that's an advanced concept. One that I have already mastered, as you can see.
An apex predator. Kate really has Scorpion Peg.
Here's the point, Stanley, and do keep this in mind. The Scorpion Group has been observing this organization for months now. We know everything about it, including you. And with that knowledge, you are the first henchman I chose to speak to. Not your supervisor or Bedlam's other acolytes. You.
And you kept me from getting flattened at that data center. Thanks again, by the way.
Yes, I did. As I said, I was protecting my investment, which includes you, Stanley. However small your contribution. You see, Henchman is still in a closed beta, and that goes both ways. Not only are we selective with the organizations that can utilize the program, but the henchmen who can join it. To succeed on Henchman, contractors need a certain mindset, a set of patterns and behaviors that will let them thrive and solidify the program's ecosystem. Based on the data, you may have that mindset, Stanley. But I can't know for sure without reviewing your performance in person. So let's return to that subject, shall we? In fact, let's speak of a specific performance. 2 days ago, you were part of an operation. Your squad was left in the rear guard. Do you recall what happened?
A very painful celebrity meet and greet.
Yes. Shining Nova is quite the famous superhero, and you two met face to face.
Well, face the helmet.
Lucky me, right? That makes you the second famous person I met this week.
And Stanley, yep, fumbled.
Oh? I'm famous. That's news to me.
Ah, shit. Seductive assassin. Right. Me and my big mouth. But hey, maybe I could spin this into a positive.
Tell me, what makes you think so?
I mean, just look at you.
You just look like it. You're sure you're not a movie star or something? Because you could have fooled me.
Huh. Shameless flattery. There are worse tactics, but you do realize that I'm your superior, don't you?
Yes.
What? No, don't take it the wrong way. You just look stylish, like you could be at a red carpet premiere.
In a cat suit?
Hey, why not?
Yeah, well, it's a nice cat suit. Very fashion forward. You could start a whole trend with it. Cat suits are the new mom jeans. I can see it now.
Yes, I'm sure that's what you meant.
Decent recovery.
Though, I do suppose I must look like a beacon of fashion amidst the sea of purple, so I'll forgive such boldness for now. You can't help what you say out of sheer awe. But back to the matter at hand. You were the final member of the rear guard to engage Shining Nova during that operation, and you did so alone, after your colleagues had all rushed in at once or fled.
When you put it like that, I sound pretty stupid.
You certainly didn't have the odds in your favor. In fact, we did an exact calculation of your chances of success in that scenario. They were 600,000 to 1.
Wow.
And now I sound really stupid.
If your goal was to succeed. But you weren't trying to succeed, were you, Stanley? Not in the traditional sense. Why don't we review your moment-to-moment decisions during this encounter? So, Stanley, here you are. You were faced with an A-list superhero all by yourself. What did you do?
Well, I figured that if I didn't move, I was going to get blasted in the face, and everyone attacking at once had just failed pretty horribly. So I just kind of dove for cover.
That's sound reasoning, if unconventional for someone of your lowly rank.
Unconventional how? Seems like common sense.
Statistically, of course. Typical henchman reactions to a threat are to flail wildly in some pale imitation of attack or to flee in terror. Every now and then, you may see a few try to avoid a specific attack, but it's rare for such an attempt to succeed. Based on the data, your actions and their outcome were somewhat remarkable.
Guess that makes sense. When you think about it, most heroes you meet have superhuman abilities, and most henchmen don't. So even avoiding a single blow is difficult.
So, does this mean I have some kind of enhanced reflexes or something?
Oh goodness no, Stanley. Just look at you.
Madam Scorpion advances the footage, and I see myself diving desperately for cover. I look a bit like a fish jumping out of water. There's no real coordination. I just kind of flop around.
Yeah, I guess I see your point.
I should hope so. You land with all the grace of a bag of yams.
I think the expression is a sack of potatoes.
Does it matter? Are potatoes more graceful than yams?
Not really.
No, I guess they basically have the same amount of grace, as in none whatsoever.
And yet, despite your starch-like reflexes, you managed to avoid Shining Nova's blast. Because, fortunately for you, you think faster than either a yam or a potato.
I almost remark up about how low of a bar that is when I suddenly remember the Potato Pope, a supervillain whose henchmen are literally semi-sentient potatoes. Okay.
Sadly, quick thinking is sometimes no match for raw power.
To illustrate the point, now Scorpion lets the footage play once more, showing Shiny Nova blasting away my makeshift cover into smithereens, and slowly advancing on my position.
I wouldn't say it's no match, more like half a match. 40%. Maybe a third. I did get a shot in there.
A whole shot, you say?
I think this qualifies as a shot. I mean, look at that. I definitely jammed up Nova's knee joint right there. It's totally a shot.
Very well. Let's define that as one shot. Now, with that in mind, what would you call this?
She gestures to the hologram where I witnessed my failed attempt to take Shining Nova to the ground, and the brutal, effective counterattack that follows it.
That's also a shot.
You truly think those are equivalent?
Well, yeah. Like you said, my goal wasn't to succeed, but Nova's was. For me, a shot is just slowing Nova down. But for Nova, a shot was an attempt to put me down. You, know what I'm saying?
Perfectly. And you're exactly right. For you, getting brushed aside by a superhero is normal. But for Shining Nova, to be delayed by you for so much longer than their mean henchman disposal time is an embarrassment. Why, if I'd been in Shining Nova's position, I'd have no choice but to cut you into little pieces just to save face.
Well, one, you're a supervillain, and two, even if you were a hero, you probably should have cut up people.
Not that I'd let you live long enough to let you delay me in the first place, of course.
Well, good thing I work for you then, so you never have to think about cutting me to pieces, even large ones.
Never say never, Stanley. But let's get back to Wednesday's operation. If you look at the footage right here, you'll notice something interesting about where you landed. What might that be?
Even though I know it. Oh, wait.
I'm pretty close to a door, and the engineers that we took captive aren't far either.
Correct. Though you didn't realize that second bit so quickly at the time. In fact, you don't notice until this moment right here. And then what precisely did you do with this newly acquired knowledge?
I threatened them. Sort of. I didn't exactly have a weapon or anything, so I just pretended my communicator was a bomb.
An excellent idea! But there was one problem with that plan. Your opponent.
Yeah, I guess someone with super sci-fi vision isn't going to confuse a walkie-talkie for a grenade.
No, they aren't. That said, I also don't imagine you would have any idea of knowing that at the time. Given your situation, you made the best possible move. You made use of your environment and the weak-willed, faint-hearted tendencies of most superheroes. With a different opponent, you may have forced a standoff. Yet, even as it stands, you still caused a minor delay. See how Shining Nova abruptly halts? There's hesitation there. Weakness. More importantly, you showed the kind of attitude needed to succeed in the Henchman program, Stanley. You saw the exposed throat of your enemy, and you pressed your blade against it.
Well, I wouldn't say that exactly. It's not like I was using a real bomb. The hostages were never in actual danger.
But they didn't know that, did they? For a moment, their fear was real. Your power over them was real. Couldn't you feel it, Stanley? Didn't it taste delicious?
Maybe you should be called a Madam Spider. At least that would make more sense in terms of all this.
Maybe? I can't really say that I've tasted too many emotions. I mean, maybe pain, but I think that's more like blood getting into my mouth and stuff.
If you could taste emotions, though, what would they taste like? Would happiness be sweet or savory? Would anger be all hot and spicy? Would sadness be soggy bread?
You'll grow accustomed to it, I have no doubt. It's rather addicting, and as you're starting to discover, effective. Now then, I think we've seen enough of this, haven't we?
She finally turns off the hologram. Thank freaking God. This is the first time I've watched myself get humiliated by a hero, and I have to say, I could live without the experience.
So, Stanley, After reviewing the footage, would you say this is a normal operation for you?
No, definitely more
What
so.
the?
And after our review, would you say that you performed better or worse than your peers in this scenario?
Well, better, but
And how were you compensated for this operation compared to normal? How about compared to your peers? I'll answer for you. The same on both counts. But that's how it works, isn't it? You're paid a salary, and that doesn't change when things are harder or your performance is better. No, you can't earn more without a review, like this one, and they don't come often. But dear Stanley, what if I told you that you can?
you mean hench can?
Exactly. I admit, I wasn't entirely sold on the name until we focus tested it with a few slogans. But it really works, doesn't it?
I guess so. Where are you going with this?
I'm getting to that, Stanley. But first, why don't we turn this discussion inward? What drives you, Stanley?
What do you mean?
I mean that as a henchman for Lord Bedlam, who or what do you serve before all else?
To tell the truth, I'm looking out for myself. Not that I won't do my job or anything, but at the end of the day, I've got to take care of things for me. That's just how it is.
Correct. Well said, Stanley.
I wasn't aware this was a question you could get right or wrong.
Of course it is. It's simply a matter of being honest with yourself. No matter what you had said, your actions would already have spoken for you. During your everyday tasks, you trend right inside the average by every available metric. You do not perform better or worse than any of your fellow henchmen. You are perfectly commonplace. But when you are personally at risk during operations, you are suddenly head and shoulders above the pack, despite having no powers or exceptional athletic background. In other words, Stanley, you are performing at the optimal level for your own self-interests. You have found exactly how to do your job and collect your paycheck with as little pain and effort as possible.
Yeah, I can't really deny it, but that's just how you treat a job, isn't it? You clock in, you do what you have to do, and you clock out.
I suppose many do. But this is something that extends well beyond one's occupation. Why should you try to perform any better when you have no incentive to do so? Should you throw yourself at superheroes based on the distant dream of a promotion? Of course not. No. You have learned that the optimal path forward within this system is to intentionally perform below your potential. So that's what you do. And make no mistake, you have potential, Stanley. All you need to bring it out is a system that rewards you appropriately. And this, Stanley, is what I have been getting at. Henchcan is that system. With Henchcan, you would be rewarded based on the work you do. If you accept more gigs or more difficult ones, then you earn more. If you perform better on a gig, you earn more. It's simple. Take Wednesday's operation, for example. You would have been paid better than your peers for that, and certainly better than your supervisor.
I guess. But, I work for Lord Bedlam.
And? He employs you, but should he own you? Your days could be his, and your nights. Could be mine.
You mean Henchcans, right? Your program?
Why, of course, Stanley. That's what we've been talking about this whole time. You're exactly the kind of candidate we need. You'd be just perfect for it. And as it happens, I know of a gig tonight that would be an excellent trial run. You should sign up.
Information first.
Sorry, but I need a little more information before I could commit to a program like that. I mean, you make a persuasive argument, but...
No further explanation necessary, Stanley. The only right decision is an informed one. What do you think is on all these screens? Information. Data. Without these things, on what grounds can someone make a decision? Intuition? Instinct? Why, that's no better than a dog. Though I think you'll find the gig itself to be quite enlightening. Think of it as a scouting mission of sorts.
That makes sense. I'll think about it.
Very well. In the meantime, I suggest you download our Henchman app. You'll find more detailed information there. You'll find a QR code on the bulletin boards in the break rooms or at the entrance of the cafeteria. Tonight's gig should be immediately available to you. Take a few hours to collect some more information and think it over, but not too long. You'd hate to disappoint me.
I'm sure I would.
Oh, no, that wasn't a question. You'd really hate it from the bottom of your heart. I'd make certain of it. Then, dear Stanley, you'd see where I have my other meetings.
You mean the ones where people are in trouble?
Precisely. That is all, number 065. You are dismissed.
Right. Got it. Thanks.
Oh wait, I don't think I've read these before. Have I? I'm not certain if I have or not.
shit.
Yeah, what's wrong, buddy?
I forgot that Chef Antonio and I are at war. Metaphorically, I mean. Don't worry, it's not actual war.
Oh, good. I was about to say.
I know you were, Dave. Anyway, I think I'm just going to skip the line and get a table.
So, would that be a metaphorical retreat?
I prefer to think of it as guerrilla tactics. If he asks where I am, tell him I'm in medical. You filthy traitor.
That'll learn it. Show that organ who's boss.
Damn right, you've got to keep them in line. Sometimes instead of doing cardio, I just berate my heart for an hour.
What do you mean sometimes? Wouldn't that imply that you do cardio in the first place?
For your information, routinely fleeing colorfully attired walls of muscle is a wonderful fitness routine. It's like Pilates for masochists.
I feel like you don't know what Pilates are.
All I know is that they usually involve a gym and yoga pants, and I can't see myself inside either of those things.
Technically, you're not wrong, and yet you're definitely not right. Still haven't made peace with the chef, huh?
Nope, this is grade A eternal nemesis level conflict. We're destined to battle until the end of time.
Yeah, well, I don't think that treacherous stomach of yours can last that long. Seriously, just have some of my...
Well, gosh, Stan, you didn't tell me you made a new friend. It's a real pleasure to meet you, miss. I'm Dave, squad supervisor.
Good to meet you. I'm Kate.
She's the rookie I guided around yesterday. Just happens that we have the same lunch block, so... Wait, are you still wearing that name tag?
Yeah. Is that a problem?
No, it's just that I don't think you have to anymore. That was a one-day thing.
I guess not, but I'm still new, so it's easier for people to learn my name this way.
Yeah, she's just being considerate, Stan. Gosh, you millennials have no manners.
Dude, you're a millennial, and I'm pretty sure I'm older than you. Oh god, I'm older than you.
It's this social media. That's what my papa says. Everyone has to clap back or back clap or post little emojis of clapping.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna clap, do it to my face, you cowards. Am I right?
How dare you encourage this?
Encourage what? A blossoming friendship?
More like an unholy alliance. I think I was safer with Scorpion.
You met Madam Scorpion? When?
This morning, Stan had his big review. I made sure he was up extra early to prepare, though, so I'm sure he aced it. Right, buddy?
Let's not get carried away. I survived.
Well, don't sell yourself short, because that's not always the case. Believe me. So, now that you've seen her face to face, what do you think?
Let's see, that I might be murdered soon, she's still a mystery, or she's impressive. I think mystery makes sense, since we're still kinda in the middle ground between these two.
Honestly, she's a bit enigmatic, which is weird to say because she spoke pretty directly with me towards the end there. It's clear that she knows more than she lets on. Not just about me, but everything. Like she's always calculating something. I don't know how else to describe it.
Well, from what I've seen, that's not a bad way to put it. Pretty accurate, I'd say.
I don't think describing something as enigmatic can be too accurate by definition. Can it?
No, the other part. Calculating. What made you say that exactly?
sure. Have you ever seen that thing in a movie or show where someone is thinking really hard and all these equations start appearing by their head? It feels like that, except she seems like she's doing it without even trying.
She can make math equations appear by her head? That's not what I expected her power to be at all.
Yeah, that's it. Probably how she got away from Miss Dynamo, who just confused her with a bunch of math.
You know, that might actually work.
Right, good thinking, Stan. Maybe I should start carrying around a calculator.
I'm not sure that would have the same effect. But anyway, I was just curious. I got a similar feeling about Madame Scorpion myself. Look, just be careful around her. I'm serious about what I said. Not everyone that walks into a room with Madame Scorpion walks back out. That sort of thing might be part of her former occupation, but old habits die hard. And you'll die easily.
My old habits die hard too. And sometimes I think I'm back on the farm. Today in the warehouse, I called the crates hay bales by accident, and this other time I thought someone's pet parakeet was a chicken.
So what, you tried to take its eggs or something?
No, my sister collected the eggs. My job was to butcher the ones we ate.
That sounds pleasant. Hey, wait a second!
Oh my god, you did it!
Well, it looks like we finally solved the mystery of what happened to Lord Birdlum.
It was an accident! It was just old habits, like you said!
I think that crosses the line from habit to disorder. Although, now that I think about it, that's a pretty good example for this situation. Thanks, Dave.
Thank you, Dave.
Oh, you're welcome, Kate. Just a little squad supervisor nugget of wisdom for you. I've got loads of them.
I bet you do. So, basically, Stan, be careful around Madame Scorpion, or you could end up like Lord Birdlum.
Delicious?
Dead, Stan. Very dead. But luckily, the most dangerous thing that you'll encounter tonight are some bad dice rolls, right?
True, though they'll be more dangerous for everyone else since... Wait, does this mean you're playing?
It may, if your party has room for a paladin. You said they needed a tank, right?
Yeah, that's perfect. Just a normal paladin, though? Anytime someone plays a paladin around here, they're usually a dark paladin instead. Because, you know.
Oh, right. I mean, of course it's a dark paladin. I just figured that was obvious. Was it not obvious?
Paladins? Dice rolls? What are you guys talking about? Wait. Oh, are you guys playing spells and swords tonight? Oh gosh, that sounds fun. Can I join?
I don't see why not. There's not a limit on players. As long as it's okay with Stan, of course.
Sure, Dave, you can join the party. What class are you going to be?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Is there a class that's kind of like a squad supervisor? That would work great!
How about a cleric? They're sort of like a supervisor.
So they make sure everyone is on time and focusing on their work?
No, I mean they help support everyone and keep them feeling good. Supervisors aren't supposed to do that?
Oh, Stan, it's okay. Being a squad supervisor is a complicated job. Not just anyone can understand how it works. But I don't really have a better idea, so I guess that'll work.
I wonder if...
So, not to change topics or to kill anyone's enthusiasm, but I may have gotten ahead of myself about tonight's session.
What's wrong? Is a dark paladin not villainous enough? Do I need to be a demon paladin or something?
No, there's definitely enough villainy. It's just that something else happened in that review. The thing is, Madame Scorpion asked me to sign up for a Henchman gig. Tonight.
Wow, that's great, Stan! As your squad supervisor, I'm proud of the recognition you're getting for your hard work, and the recognition your squad and squad leadership will also get for helping you work so hard.
Sure. Thanks, man.
What the? Think of fools. There we go. I think it got fixed.
Did she say what the job was?
No. There's a few more details in the app. Here.
Seems like a good payday. Could be risky, though. This is an entry level from the looks of it.
That's the idea, I think. It's meant to be some kind of test.
That's a tough call. On the one hand, this is Madame Scorpion, and she's not used to being refused. On the other hand, if it's meant to be a test, then it will definitely be dangerous. Plus, you'd totally be missing out on our awesome Spells and Swords adventure.
Well, I have to go down
So,
the path.
if I were you, I'd take some time to think about it. I won't blame you either way, but if you had to decide right now, which one would you pick?
Well, I have to go down the villain route. I would like to do game night, but
Well, I do love money. So right now, I guess I'm leaning towards the side gig.
Really? I didn't realize things were that tight for you. The henchman rates seem pretty good for this assignment, so I get it, but... I won't lie, I'd be a little disappointed if this super exclusive SNS meetup of yours is cancelled after all the hype. I was kind of hoping we could hang out. But it's no big deal, really. You do what you've got to do.
Hey, I'm not blowing you off. Promise. And this is just what I'm thinking right now. Maybe I'll change my mind. Who knows?
nope, because I have to pursue the villain route.
Well, whatever call you make, don't sweat it. Honest.
Thanks, rookie. Whatever I end up deciding, you guys will be the first to know.
And how are you going to let me know exactly? Carrier pigeon? Or do you guys send messenger rats through the walls around here?
Oh, right. We never exchanged numbers, did we? 1 second.
There we go. That'll be easier. Though, I admit, I was sort of looking forward to some kind of trained animal messenger.
Honestly, they might be more reliable. The reception in a secret mountain base isn't great. Big shock, I know.
Ugh. Issue 5, Henchman Side Hustle. Jesus, I've been quiet for a while. I walked through the hallways against the grind of the usual game night traffic. A short while later, I stepped out into the hallway, bag in tow. While the halls aren't jam-packed, there are definitely more people than normal. All heading off to take part in one game or another. The main hall will have the most people playing cheap card games surrounded by a sea of plastic folding chairs. It's where we hold any tournaments or contests. It's also where Lord Bedlam's usually found. I already hear cheers from that direction, as if to remind me of all the fun I won't be having tonight. But that's okay. If you can make enough money, you can just buy fun whenever you want, right? The further I walk, the fewer people I see. There's a little in this direction besides the main entrance, so as I expected to find a few unlucky souls that drew guard duty tonight. Like that woman up ahead. Already slacking off by the looks of it, just leaning against the wall. Like she's waiting for someone. Wait.
Kate? What are you doing here?
What's it look like? Waiting for you. I saw you took that gig, and what do you know? My schedule's suddenly free.
Yeah, sorry about that, honestly.
I told you not to sweat it. Besides, you were upfront about it. Can't ask for more than that.
I can still feel that, though.
If that's your prerogative. But really, it's no big deal. You still rank below the kid that ditched me at my freshman semi-formal on the list of guys who left me hanging.
What did you do to him?
Let's just say that was when I took apart my first engine. Now, come on. We can't be late for dust-off.
Hold on. Kate starts walking down the hallway, and I quickly follow. After catching up, I match her pace, shooting her a quizzical glance.
How'd you beat me here anyway? It's a long walk from the living quarters.
I was in the area.
Doing what?
Alright, I was lost, okay? I've been looking for the game room for a half hour when you texted, so I figured I may as well stay put.
Got lucky.
Alright.
She doesn't look like someone that has been lost, but I don't press any further.
So, find out any more details about this gig?
Not really, but I expect the queen bee herself to be part of it. Just smells like one of hers.
You mean Scorpion? Does she tag along on a lot of these things?
No, just occasionally, but there's a pattern to it. It's usually... well, it's hard to explain. Just a hunch, I guess.
I scratch my chin as I ponder her explanation, or rather, lack thereof. Just a hunch, huh? However, before I can ask what she meant by that, I find myself interrupted.
Hold it right there, you two. Let's see some ID. Chop chop.
I stop and look at a familiar scowl peering at me from behind the window of a security checkpoint. James, the gate supervisor, must have been lost to track. Looks like we reached the main entrance already.
Oh, hey, James. We were just headed out for a bit. Mind opening the gate for us?
Oh, just like that, huh? I'm just supposed to open the gate for you and you waltz on through.
Yes.
Is that not how gates work? Should we do a different kind of dance when we go through or something?
The type of dance isn't the point. The nerve authorities these days. This gate is under my jurisdiction. I determine who gets in and who gets out. You could say I control the lifeline for the whole Orcus.
Why does he have a bunny on where his number should be?
You could say that. Except you're not actually allowed to stop anyone who works for Lord Bedlam from coming or going, remember? We've been over this, dude. Complaints were filed, HR got involved. Just open the gate, man. Don't make a whole thing out of it.
Grumbling the entire way, James trudges over the gate controls, pulls the lever, letting the gates open with a groan.
Alright, you're clear to proceed. Well, mark my words, Dad. One day, you'll need to get through and I'll be allowed to stop you. One day, it will be the gate supervisor's time to shine. One day!
One day I shall rise from the pits that I call my home.
That day's not going to come, is it?
Oh, absolutely not.
With our path cleared, we make our way through the open gate into the natural caverns beyond. The words one day echoing off the walls even as the gates close in our wake. Okay, we've seen this picture before. After another hike through a series of tunnels, we finally emerge into the wilderness, where we're greeted with a painfully bright light of the late afternoon sun. Glad we got off work early today. I hate coming out here at night. The return trip is gonna suck. I can feel the poison ivy in my suit already.
This way. I know the spot they're using.
It's not long before we reach our destination. A small clearing with a large mossy stump in the middle of a small bubbling creek just before the far tree line. Oh, that's a creek. I thought that was a road. No one else appears to be here. So I saunter up to the stump and take a seat, checking my phone. A full minute ahead of schedule. Nothing to worry about. Why does Kate look so tense?
Don't worry, James won't lock us out. He talks a big game, but that's all it is.
No, it's not that.
I frown, confused. It's not dark yet. No one else comes here in the woods except Bedlam's Henchman. So I'm not sure why she's being nervous. The most dangerous thing you'll find out here is a skunk or maybe...
Cutting it a little close, aren't we?
Hey, Scorpion. I jump and whirl around at the source of the noise just in time to see Madam Scorpion stout out from the shadows, like a lioness emerging from the undergrowth. When she stalks forward, she barely makes a sound, and her footing is never in doubt, despite the uneven ground. Somewhere in the depths of my primal lizard brain, my fight or flight reflex triggered, and I hear the voice scream at me. Instead, I cough to clear out the lump in my throat and offer a sloppy salute.
Close only counts in horseshoes, hand grenades, and orbital doomsday lasers, ma'am. I wouldn't know for sure since we never had either of those last two, but it seems like a safe bet.
You're not missing out. Orbital weaponry is overrated. Easily identified and easily dismantled. Just as Dr. Calamity.
Scorpion chuckles to herself as she shakes her head at the joke. Not that we tried to. Before her eyes flashed to Kate.
I'm surprised to see that you brought company, Stanley. I don't recall my invitation including a +1.
Kate offers a crisp salute without flinching.
Ma'am, sorry if I'm intruding. I just saw the gig on the app and.
I am speaking to Stanley. If I require your input, I will request it.
Her eyes linger on Kate's still present name tag.
Kate? Is that understood?
This time, Kate stays silent and merely nods in understanding. Scorpion praises her for a moment more before turning her gaze to me. Hastily, I raise from my seat and offer a decreasing less crisp salute.
Now, Stanley, explain yourself. Why is she here with you?
We're getting close to the runtime. You know what? That's actually a decent place to put it at. A nice little cliffhanger. And it's at the 2 hour mark. Awesome. So I'm gonna stop my timer before it goes off. Alright, mate. I'm looking at the guide, so we're going to go with option 1, but the reason... Oh, wait. That's right. I need to make another save, so I'll make another save real quick. On this page. I know... Before you ask, I'm going to use that save as the triple cross route, since I don't want to start at the beginning again and all that. So all the choices that you see in this episode are basically the choices that Stanley has made in that timeline, or whatever. Anyways, with that said, I'll see y'all mates next time. Bye for now.